Good morning, folks. Welcome back to Three's In. Bobo here. And happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there. So nice to see everyone. So, early on in life, I discovered that logic and common sense were two of my long suits. And I was very blessed to have those. I never was good at gripping grain. I wasn't good at packing sunshine up my boss's rear ends. And I certainly sucked at golf. Although I liked playing golf, I never enhanced my career on the golf course. I can say that with a clear conscience. At any rate, often I would take new regulations or new rules that came down and tried to make sense of them. And more often than not, yeah, that makes sense, and probably need that's good consideration and so forth. But this one day, I think 1987 maybe, 86, I don't know. This rule came down: no more intersection takeoffs allowed for T-38 operations. You have to use the whole runway, be that as it may. Wonder why they did that. So our minimum runway for operations was 8,000 feet. Okay, got it? That's as high math as we're going to get into here in this presentation. At Dias, they had a runway. They have a runway there. It's 13,500 feet. They have an intersection 2,000 feet down, which we would typically use. I mean, Dias, when it's hot, who wants to taxi all the way down to the end of that runway, another 2,000 feet? When if you taxi using the intersection, you still have 11,500 feet remaining, quite a bit more than the runways we operated off at Vance. I think those were about 8,700 feet. So I couldn't understand why we couldn't use that other than this new rule out of command. So one day I found myself up at headquarters ATC and kind of wandered around until I found the rules committee desk, I guess. I don't know what it was. And I saw this major sitting there. It was not his lucky day. And I walked up, I sat down, and I said, "Say, do you have a moment you could maybe help give me some clarity about a new rule that just came out?" And he said, "Well, maybe." He said, "Let me see. Let me try it." I said, "Okay, riddle me this. At Navy Dallas, I can operate off their runway, which is 8,000 feet, to the south, that has little to no overrun and ends up emptying into Lake Worth." He said, "Yes, sir." I said, "But if I'm at Dias, taking off to the south, they have a 13,500 foot runway, and there's a intersection 2,000 feet down. I can't use that by this new rule." "No, sir." "Well, riddle me this. Why not?" Well, by now he's looking left, looking right, looking for help. There's no one around. Everybody else left. And he said, "I'll have to get back to you on that." And I said, "Oh, never mind." I said, "Common sense and good judgment are poor substitutes for headquarters ATC regulations, so I'm good with it. Just leave it at that." But I wanted to put that burr under his saddle just to let him know there's a few of us that actually did pay attention to these things. Never did get an answer. Doesn't matter. Never went into Dallas or Dias again, and everything was fine. So with that being said, happy Mother's Day. Thanks for stopping in. Love telling the story, and we'll see you again soon. This is Bobo Base Gear. Stop.